Good morning and welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 12th of December. What we've got in store for today, firstly, news-wise, there's not a great deal. We've already seen UK data coming out, the GDP there coming out and missing expectations month on month. The detail below that number not looking particularly rosy here either. There was a UK estimate was still looking slightly better, but year on year. But however, everything else is looking pretty grim there. There's lots of smaller data coming out today, which could have very limited impact on there. We've got a couple of Fed speakers there at around about 1 o'clock, and I've one at 3. So we'll see what comes of that later, but for now, really quite a light day in terms of news. So let's stick to the technicals and look at what's been going on here and what might go on. So the euro pushed out of this what turned into a flag really, and has continued its route up the last couple of days. Two very strong days there following the Fed news. Whether we can get another one in, would be into the yearly R3 up here. We're not far off that yearly R3 again. That did provide resistance. Well, it's not been passed and kept above that level, so I'll just be aware of that. For now though, this intermediate time frame looking quite positive. It's back above its quarterly pivot. Has attempted that previously but broke through and is looking rather positive. So in general terms, it's looking positive. Having seen two quite so steep days, I do wonder if we'll see the same again, but who knows. But it is looking more positive, and the potential the yesterday's highs R1 certainly could be on the cards there. Okay, that's the euro, the pound. The poorer data hasn't really helped the pound this morning, but it didn't really end up so well yesterday either. It came off later. It's moving sort of in the right direction, but here it's now a bit jittery. I think there's better things to be trading. I wouldn't be looking to short this necessarily. It might be dragged along with the rest, but it's not looking pretty. US dollar yen on the other hand, the yen, well, we've started something there over the last couple of days. It's found support back off its daily 34 though. Whether this can continue the route, it looks okay on the 4-hourly at the moment for potentially more downside there. And on the hourlies here, it's looking okay as well, back below its pivot here. The actual lower highs, lower lows already in there, so we'll see what it can do from post probably about 8:30ish, just to see if it can push on further. Right, that's the US dollar yen. Australian dollar, this has lacked a bit of oomph there. Yesterday with the lower jobs data really spoilt things there, and it's stalled a little bit here. It's quite flat where it's sitting, so not moving particularly good. There's not particularly much interest there. However, the Canadian dollar is continuing its steps to the downside there a couple of days. It's had a really solid old move of late, the Canadian dollar, and well, with the lower highs, lower lows, it's the US dollar weakening against the CAD here, and it looks like, well, we could just see similar running through today. Still solid old movements there into its S1 yesterday. We did wonder if it would get as far as that yesterday after the previous day, but it seems to be heading down. Today's S1's not so far away. That certainly looks like we could get opportunities there. New Zealand dollar, like the Aussie, not really going anywhere. US dollar Swissy, well, the Swissy certainly seeing some benefits here as the US dollar loses traction against it, and we're really seeing it running back down towards these prior lows here. Just like the euro though, just got to be a little bit careful. It might not have quite the same legs in it from a weekly perspective. We're already down to the S4, crikey. So might slow things up here, although those pivots were very pinched, as you can see, relative to last week's pivots. Just looking what's happening here. Yep, break of the lows here. Could see it heading down towards its S1. Hasn't caught the pivot today. Just as I say, give it a little bit of time this morning to see what it's doing. But it did go off yesterday there at 8 o'clock, and well, continued quite nicely thereafter. I think the lows, the S1, bit like the inverted euro really. Opportunities today. Right, okay, there's the majors going through those. The gold. So gold finally breaking out of its range there yesterday. Seeing precious metals benefit again here. Looking, it's heading northbound, looking okay. It's sort of messy, but moving up that way. Got potential further upside there. Silver is the one that's really been flying. Just look, there you go. Silver right away. Look, up to 63, nearly 70, $64 an ounce. We're going to see $100 silver. It's moving solidly at the moment and got more scope to go. So there we go. Technically, it might get into a bit of a strange one. Another one that's moving up pretty well, has been moving up pretty well, is platinum on the short time frame. It's been recovering slowly actually, platinum, but it's starting to move. But got a decent move yesterday. Maybe we're going to see another surge with platinum as well. But anyway, I think gold and silver is about the safer places to be. Equity markets, S&Ps. How far did we come away from the all-time highs yesterday? Did we pitch it? We pitched it. Okay, so the all-time highs then. With price hanging around where it is here, there's the potential for that to continue again. Don't really like it when it does the price action we're seeing here. It's quite ugly. The price is away from the high there, and it can get quite unpredictable is the word. Yeah, not looking so pretty at the moment. There may be better alternatives to this. I'm just having a look at look at the Nasdaq. It's the same ugliness here. Gaps going through there. Okay. FTSE, just look at what the FTSE's done. So yesterday did well, coming off a little this morning. I can't go against these at the moment with what they're doing, as much as this looks, I don't know why this looks quite so ugly, and why we've got this huge gap here. On the futures market it seems a bit odd, but there we are. It is what it is. I need to check through that a little bit more detail. That's the US tech again. Let's get the FTSE. Do you know, I thought I had the FTSE there, and I thought, hang on a minute, it looks similar. Yeah, so we had the push up there yesterday. Right. It must have switched itself back then. Okay. So as I say, I wouldn't bet against this. Don't really want to go with it either. There's divergences over the highs there, and it looks a bit ugly. Maybe as it settles down, the DAX is been pushing on up. There'll be temptation for traders to get into this and short it. It's got an untouched daily pivot below here. It's got a bit of divergence over there. This could switch back again, of course, very quickly. It's coming off a little bit at the moment, which is where people probably press their sell buttons right this minute. But personally, I don't want to be going against this. So as much as I love shorting the DAX, for now I've got to accept that it's largely in an upward trend. So I'll steer clear. Right, okay. That's pretty much it for me this morning. I wish you a good day's trading, and I'll catch you back next Monday. Have a great one. Bye for now.